Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Ruled Wave 3 with me, Alpha Biomega, and the Kaiserliche Marine, the Navy of the German Empire. So it is 1921 and we are back with another year. So let's hope it's going to be a good one. As far as the diplomatic situation goes, we've had quite an escalation this year, which is kind of ironic because it didn't really affect our budget at all, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Right now we have strained relations with Italy and Great Britain, and we have mild animosity with Russia and France. We've also, after many years, maybe even 2 decades, something like that, lost our alliance with Austria-Hungary. And right now, we have good relations with them at level 2, and that means we have no allies at all. But hopefully, maybe we could get back alliance with Japan or United States. Sometimes the game gives you an option to try to pursue that, and I would be willing to consider either one of these. I would be more willing to get into an alliance with United States and or Spain than Japan, because Japan is also allied with Great Britain. So in case of a war with them, or France, which is also allied with Great Britain, it would cause quite a stir in the relations. But if we could get United States on board, then I think it would be pretty good. Plus, I think that we have common goals, and that is taking down Great Britain and or France. So we'll see. We'll see. Apart from our relations, there really isn't anyone with any problems with anyone else. The only above 3 relations, which I consider neutral, is United States and Japan. They have 4. But that's really all there is to it. So we'll see what this year is going to bring. I wouldn't mind war with Russia. I've said that many times. But apart from that, there's nothing really on the table right now that I would consider a good idea. Now, when it comes to the tonnage, everybody, with the exception of Spain, added a pretty decent number. The biggest addition was on the side of Great Britain. They added nearly 50,000 tons, getting themselves back to the first place on the table. They now have over 500,000 in tonnage, 501,300 tons. We are second with 489,500 tons. We've added only 18,000 tons last year. And to be quite honest, because we are refitting Leipzig right now, and we're building a massive amount of destroyers, but there are still fairly small ships. I don't think that we're gonna be anywhere near the necessary amount next year to even maybe keep the second place. If United States continue with the build-up, they might jump over us. What's interesting, though, on the other hand, is the fact that we have now broken the 3 million tonnage mark as a whole. We are at 3,046,000 tons. Year-on-year difference is 154,900 tons, meaning that we are now effectively on a grand new level, heading towards 3.5 million. The previous record from, I think that was 1904, was something like 2.7 million. We already got beyond that last year, but we continue with the build-up, which is, interesting to see. As far as the tonnage of the separate nations goes, Great Britain is nowhere near its record, though. It was nearly 700 tons, somewhere like 670,000 maybe. Right now they're just slightly over 500,000. But you can see that everybody is moving up with the exception of Spain, but that's due to their poor economy. We've checked that last time, so yeah, I really feel bad for them. But if I ever do another Let's Play of Rule the Waves, I would probably play one of the 3 nations, Austria-Hungary, Spain, or China. China and Austria-Hungary are really suffering based on their economy, but they are in a fairly simple situation. They don't have any major colonies or anything, while Spain starts, as we know, with pretty much guaranteed conflict with the United States. So, their situation is much, much worse than anyone else's. Now, because we entered another decade, our 5th actually, I have added a new column here so you can see the progression. we're still happy with our progression, and it's kind of interesting to see the overall trends with these 5 numbers. You can see that we have moved from 8.42% to 9.83, then to 15.74, 16.41, now we're at 16.07. So our share is definitely increasing. Well, for example, Great Britain has every decade lowered its share. There is not a single year where this wouldn't, single decade where this wouldn't be the truth. Again, with the last one, we see some build up, but we'll see what 1930 is basically gonna show us. And for other nations, there are also noticeable trends, like United States moving from 6.21 to 15.13%, having a pretty much just straight up build up. Spain staying on a level. France basically dropping. It's kind of interesting to see that. This is why I like numbers and graphs and tracking stuff like this. Anyway, economy and budget. Last year we were on A+. I demoted, or maybe A-, but I demoted us to B+. The reason is that our expenses have grown quite significantly, and as I mentioned in the beginning, our income didn't. We actually got a cut. We were doing way better. But we get a cut after, I think the socialists took over the government or something. I don't remember exactly. It was a couple of days ago. So right now we're sitting with our total expenses at 105.7% of our income. On the other hand, the funds we have available has increased by 43%. Currently, they're 8.3% of our budget, so it is not at all an issue because we are losing roughly 1.2 thousand every month. So even if we didn't do anything with it, we are set for this entire year without any issues. We've had a minor increase in pretty much all expenses with the exception of ship cost, where we had a minor decrease of 1.56%. The biggest increase is in construction. We are way above where we were last year at 113% increase. As you guys know, we are building a huge amount of destroyers. I'm going to speak about that a little bit later, but that's where this comes from. We've also upgraded some of the fortifications we had. We've upgraded some airfields we have. So, things are moving in the right direction. But again, I'm still shocked that we haven't really gained more from... there is an increase, of course. There is an increase of 3.07% is an increase. But, based on how the tensions increased, I would have expected us to be near 300,000 right now, and we are nowhere near. Again, we got a cut, so, here's the yearly budget. As you can see, we're holding the trend, so let's see what this year is going to bring. Hopefully, more of an increase. Research-wise, we had a pretty good year. We've had 2 levels in naval aviation, lighter than air, and then a couple of other technologies gained a level. Actually, more than half of all of the technology groups. We even have an increase in naval guns technology. So that is pretty good. Machine development, hull construction, ship design, light forces and torpedoes, torpedo technology, submarines, anti-submarine warfare, explosive shells, anti-aircraft artillery, and naval aviation heavier than air all got 1 level, plus the naval guns that I mentioned already. So really good. Fleet overview. Well, this is where the things are starting to get a little bit interesting. So as you can see, we haven't done much in the regards of the heavier ships. So we don't have or are building any new light carrier nor a battleship, the one remaining that we still have. We still have 8 battlecruisers, building none, but we are heavily refitting Leipzig. We still have 10 heavy cruisers. We have 16 light cruisers. We have 31 destroyers, and we are building 13 more. We have 14 corvettes, and we're building 6 new extra submarines while having 32. So I wanted to stress that we are going to continue with this trend. We are going to build more and more destroyers because the game has pretty much warned us about this since the last war, that we do not have enough. So we'll build, we need to get to at least 50 from what I understand. So we're going to get there, and I'm really happy with the K1 class destroyers. I'm hoping that they will perform well for the raids and everything. So let's keep churning them out. But whatever money we are now going to get, we are going to start investing into refits. Now, we have the Leipzig being refitted, and we're going to continue refitting the other battlecruisers. I think we're going to refit only one at a time, but we need to refit a number of our ships. I'm going to go through the ship classes and mention what I want to do with them as we're going to go. Here you can see the overview. We are well on our way to 120 vessels. So, Deutsche Kaisers, those are fine. I'm not going to touch them. Donau, we have one last battleship available. I think we would do well to refit this one very soon. I think it's capable of 23 or 24 knots now, so I would like to rebuild it and do something interesting with it. I'm actually, to be quite honest, considering rebuilding as an aircraft carrier. I like the aircraft carrier, but we're gonna see about that. Not entirely sold on it. Rhines are okay, but they are gonna probably get a slight refit with the catapults available and the elevation. I don't know where we have left them off with the 1917 refit. The Berlin class battlecruisers, we are refitting the Leipzig, as you guys know, or we are refitting München. I think I might have an error here. That's probably Leipzig that we are refitting, but it might be München. Now that I'm looking at it, well, we're gonna check that in the game. But we're refitting one of the Berlin class battlecruisers, and we're adding the anti-aircraft suit. We're improving the guns. We're improving the elevation. New director. Things are in the right direction. Unfortunately, it's very expensive and very long term. But I want to refit all of them because the Berlin class battlecruisers, after this refit, will be able to serve us as our main ships on the line for the next decade. So that is what I want to do. Not to mention that their speed increases to 28 knots. The Valkyrie class battlecruisers, we finished Freya, so I should also note that here that this one is done. So I apologize for I check this, when I rewrite it and I check it extensively every single time, and every single time I have errors there. it's kind of funny. I would like to build another battlecruiser of the Valkyrie class, a third one, for the secondary fleet, so we might consider doing that if we have money. That's the only thing where I would like to build another one. Hertha was refitted, so that's fine. Königs. We have made the decision in the last episode that we will rebuild them, and now that we have the catapults, we're gonna do it. The biggest issue for the Königs is that they are very vulnerable to submarines. They have no submarine defenses. But I'm pretty sure we can still make these ones work. The 8-inch guns are really, they're no longer anything that we could write home about, as they say, but we can make them faster. We can give them catapults, aircraft, bombers, whatever we want to do. We can give them better directors so they can serve us as secondary ships for quite some time. And I actually plan to use them as secondary ships. Königs von Bayern, we have 3 left. These ones we're gonna look into as well. We can improve them significantly too, so I plan to do that when we have time, but they're not a priority. Gazelles, we refitted. These are, in the Far East Fleet, not much to do with them. Now we're getting to the interesting ones. Lübecks, Hansas, and Karlsruhe. I had a discussion about this on one of the videos. I don't really think that we can build a better light cruiser. I think we could maybe give them more turrets, but that's about it. And I kind of like these ships. We can get Lübecks to pretty much extreme speed at this point. We can refit them heavily and they will still serve us very well because we cannot armor light cruisers. We cannot give them bigger weapons. We can't really do much with them. So the things that I'm going to consider is maybe adding some torpedoes on them, stuff like that. Definitely catapults. Definitely anti-aircraft guns, because they will have a lot of extra extra space after we refit them, so they are a priority. We're going to start with Lübecks, then we're going to move to the Hansas, and then we're going to move to the Karlsruhes. After we have refitted all of them, we might look at building a completely new class of light cruisers. But again, every time I checked it, I really don't see a reason to do more than we already have on these light cruisers. They're fast, they're capable, and if we can refit them properly, they will be able to serve us well into the 1930s. Gazelles too, again, these ships were made for a specific goal. They're not supposed to be part of the actual main fleet. They're supposed to be raiders, so, not much to do with them there. And then the destroyers. The V1 class was refitted in 1912. I'll have to decide what to do with them, but I don't really feel like we should retire them. More like we should relegate them to support roles. What I could try is something that was mentioned in the comments, and that is remove their torpedoes, which could have them reclassified as corvettes, and then we could give them more mines. But the fact is that they are only 400 tons, and corvettes might have to be 500 tons to do that, which was mentioned in the comment that suggested that as well. So we'll have to experiment with that a little bit. If not, then we can just retire them, or again put them to Asia or something where they could do some good, or in Africa, or to India. Well, who knows? VF1, that's a destroyer leader, not much to say there. The G1 class, again, is a sort of a middle ground for us right now. S1 class, again, middle ground. An S1D leader, and here we get to the K1 class, which is what we are actually building right now. 13 ships of these are currently in production, and they are the top of the line for us, with the 5-inch guns and centerline torpedoes with 3 tubes each. So I'm planning to... Actually, if I do any refits, I'm going to see if I can upgrade the torpedo tubes to the triple one as we have on the K1, because I consider that the best we can do right now. Not much to say with the corvettes, though. Those are just support ships as they are. And that leads us to bases and land fortifications. So just to wrap it up, again, we are going to build the destroyers. We're going to refit our battle cruisers. And if we get any extra money, we're going to start refitting the light cruisers and the heavy cruisers that we have. Later on, we might build more. But at this point, I don't really want to focus on excessive heavy cruiser or light cruiser build-up, because we have ones that work for what we want to do them. What we want to do with them right now. Bases and land fortifications, we have another 1,000 tons in the current capacity, which is good. We're not investing in that. Things are just sort of happening on their own. That's how I would probably put it. We've expanded some of the airship bases and aircraft bases, so that's pretty good. And we worked extensively on improving the fortifications. I'm gonna continue working on that. We have pretty much defenses everywhere now, and we are slowly introducing the 10-inch guns, and where we are not, we are building the 8-inch guns, which, speaking of that, we might want to build some in East Prussia, Eastern Germany, and Germany, because the 4-inch guns, coastal batteries that we have there aren't really serving us much. They're good for mining, but, we sometimes had to get back to the safety of our own ports, and if we had 10-inch guns batteries there, that we could have done way more damage on the pursuing fleet. So, it's worth thinking about, especially Germany itself, because, that's where we have Wilhelmshaven, and these other places where we always retreat to would be a primary target. So I'm thinking we're going to do that in this episode. And last but not least, Officer Corps. We had a small increase in officers, and as far as their quality goes, I'm happy that we can see the trend of dropping unknowns. I'm not really happy with the fact that the bill, both below average, and above average. Above average are not increasing. That's the fun fact. They're not. We still have the same amount, but you know, we might look into that before some kind of war, or do some of those drills if we want to. I haven't never really tried that, but too bad we don't have the brilliant officers. We had a brilliant admiral and he retired before we could even notice that. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me for the report, and now I'll see you in the game. So it is the Leipzig, and it's of the München class, so I guess that's what confused me. It's gonna be refitted in 8 months, after which we can put another ship of the class in there to be constructed. So that is what we are going to do. But yeah, its rebuilding costs quite a lot, but again, this ship is going to be amazing, and I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, not much that we can do at the start of the game, because we have a monthly balance of negative 1208 Reichsmark, so I think we're just gonna pass some time and see what we can do. Let me just see. Yep, we got pretty much everybody mothballed and in reserve, so that is pretty good. We're building a couple of submarines, which is also good. We're trying to get rid of the least reliable ones. And I think we have a higher, yeah, we have a reliability of 82% right now, which is also pretty good. Now, you know what? You know what we're going to start with? I actually want to see how the catapults look. So let's look at the König von Preußen, because that's what we were waiting for here. So if you replace machinery, we're going to put the oil there. I think 25 was max. Yeah, 25. Let's upgrade the gun elevation, improve director. All good. So we still have 387 in weight remaining. So if we now put, okay, we would have to put in a catapult place. So I don't really have an experience with how this works, but I'm expecting that it's going to play a role to where you can actually launch the aircraft. So if you put it midship, this design has catapults, but no aircraft, okay. It weighs only 20. Centerline swivel mount. Half centerline as well. Is this okay? Yes. Okay, so we can put on 2 catapults, and that means we could put in 2 aircraft. And how would that work for us? So we would have to put in 2 aircraft, and if I put in hangar, improves the serviceability of aircraft aboard. Okay, does that work? Yes, all okay. 12 months, 1555, and I would give you 10 light and 4 medium. Is that okay? Ship is dangerous with top heavy. Reduce AA guns or other topside equipment. So if I gave you just 2, topside equipment limit exceeded. Okay, let's go with 2 and 8. Okay, 2 and 4. Oh, okay. So 2 and 6. Topside exceeded. So you know what we could do here? We could completely remove the secondaries, which I believe should fix this. Yes. It will actually make it much better. Okay. So 12 and 4? Yes. 14 and 4? No. Okay. 12 and 4 would work. We could have 2 catapults, we would have improved director, everything, and it costs 1558 for 12 months. That is pretty good, and you still have weight remaining of 109, which is good. Air capacity, everything is okay. You can get through mines or depth charges, but other than that, this is looking extremely well. Though I'm not entirely sure with the positioning of the central line. Yeah, we have. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Wait, center line's 12 month, and I wanted the aft center line. Yeah, because that puts us like port aft. No. Because I'm thinking that I would like to have it logical. I mean, I know it's not hurting us in any way, but so if I put forward center line and aft center line, no. If I added, yeah, it just puts them here no matter what I do. So okay, another option would be to put them on starboard wing and wait. Okay, Michi. Nope. Sorry, this is just, support aft and starboard aft. No, it doesn't. Okay, graphically it doesn't do anything, so never mind. We're just gonna put the forward center line and aft center line. Cool. Not much to say here, honestly. So let me just save this. But we're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna start rebuilding right now. We need to wait for money, but this is what we're gonna do with them. So let's end the turn and see what the game is gonna throw at us. So K5 is commissioned into the Navy. The Kaiser has made a foreign policy gaffe. You are asked to smooth things over by the Naval Secretariat. I would never presume to undercut the authority of the Kaiser. Agree to make a bland statement diluting the effect. Avert attention by making a statement criticizing the adventurous foreign policy of Russia. A new Austrian fighter called Aviatik 21 is entering service. Okay, so we get a K5 commissioned into the Navy. There is a couple of intelligence reports. Yeah, Russia is not happy with us. And boy, did that really increase our budget nicely. Cool. Actually, we finished one of the destroyers, so that's what happened. So let's just put K-17 into production. We're a little bit in deficit again, but it's not 1200 that we had. So we're gonna see the rebuilds of the heavy cruisers probably happening quite soon. Nothing else that I can think of to do right now, so let's end the turn. We've commissioned 4 submarines and 3 destroyers. The Austrian government is interested in buying the rights to naval aviation lighter than air night airship operations. Okay, let's give it to them. They're no longer allies, but we have great relations, so. Advanced penetrator alloys, but success has eluded them so far. Cool, so now we have 1186 Reichsmark per month. By the way, I actually wanted to mention one thing that I completely forgot about. When we look at the date of destroyed ships here or scrapped, you can see that the Hansa has been torpedoed and sunk by French submarine SSC Moore. Now that is kind of interesting to see because the game never told us who torpedoed us, but when we said that we're gonna sink enemy submarines, it increased tensions with France, I think the most. So, yeah. Just wanted to mention, I don't know if the game is not lying about that, by the way. It could be a completely fabricated situation, but, you know. Okay, let us remove these 4 coastal submarines and build 4 new ones instead. Which is gonna be U-33, 34. Yes, okay, so build coastal submarines U-34. No, 43. U-44. Actually, let's build just 2 and then build a couple of regular ones. So that would be U-220. Wait, build sub, medium range submarine U-220. And U-221, because, I mean, coastal submarines are fine and everything, but the difference is just 100 in cost, and I'm not entirely sure we, should be focusing on coastal submarines that much. Okay, so ships under construction, we have the K-17 being built, so I'm gonna go ahead and build K-18 and K-19. Which puts us at a very small deficit, and I actually wanted to look at what we could do here in with the coastal batteries. So this is Germany, this is East Prussia, and this is Eastern Germany. Yeah. So we want to build coastal fortifications in Germany. So build a fort-based 10-inch coastal battery in Germany. That's going to cost us 720. So it's going to put us at a steep deficit again, but it's fine. We have to do that. So now we'll see that we are actually building a coastal battery 61 in Germany. Cool. Let's continue. 4 destroyers are commissioned into the Navy. Battlecruiser München has collided with a new ocean liner and will be in dockyard hands for some months. It seems the accident was caused by an ill-judged maneuver by Captain Joseph Philip, below average poor ship handler. What should we do? Well, a court of inquiry for Captain Joseph Philip seems to be in order. Yep. So we commissioned 4 destroyers into the Navy. Grand Admiral Shed has shown himself to be of average ability. We have a couple of people moving around. Tensions between Austria-Hungary and Italy increased. Okay. Well, the game is determined to keep giving us money here. So you are repairing, right? Wait. Wait. So I'm gonna remove that. That's gonna consume a lot of our money. But we want to look at the destroyers and just put them. Actually, can I mothball them? It might work for us. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see if the game allows it. And because we finished some, well, we cannot really do much. I have to repair München, so let's just be okay with that. Hey, it worked. The Kaiser wants to hold an international naval gathering with a sailing regatta and a competition. This will strengthen our international standing and lessen tensions, but the money to finance the event will be taken out of the naval budget. What is your reaction? The Navy supports this excellent initiative. Sure, let's lower the tensions a little bit. Synthetic fire control computer. Large-scale helium production, but success has eluded us. Daihatsu barges. I wonder what this one is. I know the name, but I'm not entirely sure what it means. So let's see how much of a hit we took. Not much at all, actually. And we lowered the tensions, so, I don't know. That's pretty good. So you're repairing. Ships under construction, some of you are coming. So once you are finished, we're gonna put more of you in construction. And I would... So far we've been replacing some of our subs, but next time we do so, I need to start building more than we have. So we're gonna retire some of these older ones, these 4, but we're gonna put 6 into production just so that the numbers are growing. Okay, so let's end the turn. K-12 is commissioned into the Navy. The Austrian government is interested in buying shipwrights to design unit machinery. Sure, by all means. And research breakthroughs, shipboard aircraft operation. Transverse arrestor virus, low risk of landing accidents. A pro-British coup has taken place in Iceland. Great. Well, great. More tensions. Okay, 750. We have finished the repair of one of our ships. Let's put... Actually, you know what? Let's put 4... We're still building a bunch of destroyers, so let's use this money that we have to do just what I said right now. Let's build 2 more coastal submarines and 2 more medium-range submarines and retire these 2 coastal submarines. So scrap you 2. And we need to build U-35 and U-36. U-35 and U-36. And then we're gonna build... Oh, we could actually do some mine-weighing submarines, so use 706 and use 709. Mine-weighing submarines. U-706 and U-70... Wait, now I'm confused. Yeah, U-705 we have, so U-706 and U-707. U-707. Gotcha. Good. So, that takes away most of our budget, so let's end the turn. 3 destroyers are commissioned into the Navy. Boom times. There has been a windfall in tax revenue. What is your recommendation on how to spend the money? Let's fund the Navy. We should build railroads to increase the long-term prosperity of the nation. Yep, that's what we want. We're gonna get a little bit of the budget, but not too much. In the short term, but in the long term, the economy is gonna grow. Or that's how I understand it. Our new float plane scout Blomvos BV-136 is ready for operational service. And Juncker's company has developed a float plane scout as a private venture. So we finished the U. We have higher speed, better cruise range, not enough toughness. Yeah, no, we're okay with the one that we have. Which reminds me, anything that you might want to look into? Do we have possible? No, we don't. Torpedo bomber. Let's go with torpedo bomber and have the bomb load and toughness and see if they can come with a good option for us. Okay, so now we have 1200 available, which means we can build more destroyers. So this will be K-20. Again, I'm holding myself accountable to the plan that I mentioned. We're gonna pursue K-21, K-22. Thinking about it, this is really our first mass-produced destroyer. So it's kind of interesting to see how many. Yeah, let's see if we can mothball you as well, which should fix the issue. So when it comes to the class, we already have... Nice. We have 16 of them in active service. That's really good. Anti-submarine warfare 8. What we actually see, we have the V1 here. What could we do with you? Can we... The weight remaining is... Okay, if I wanted to put in centerline swivel mount with 4 tubes, would that work? And replace your machinery for oil. Fire control. Yeah, wow, we can have 4 now. No, it would work. So the question is, this is even worth it? I mean, 80. So it's like nothing for us at this point. But alternatively, if I removed this, ID must be larger than, not larger. Yeah, it can be classified as a corvette. Okay. So in that case, well, it doesn't really help us much though. It doesn't do anything, does it? They can't even hold the depth charge for us, so... We might just outright retard them, but the change to the torpedo from triple single to 1 quadruple is really interesting. That might be worth pursuing. We'll see. K-14 is commissioned. One of our minor allies in the Balkans is threatened by a neighbor. Back our ally unconditionally. Call for an international peace conference. Back him. Research breakthrough. Turrets and gun mountings. Improved double gun mounts. Enables double gun mount on light cruisers and tertiary guns in double mounts. Okay, research breakthrough. Shell dice. Reduce the penalty for more than 1 ship firing at the same target. The Heinkel company has developed an improved model of the fighter. Nice. So, increased max speed, cruise speed, range, toughness. Really nice. Definitely keeping that one. And Russia is building an airbase. That's fine. Okay, tensions with Russia are escalating. And yeah, I'll finally have enough money to actually put one of these Königs to rebuild. So let's do just that. Wait. Rebuild ship. Yes. Okay, so we can do that. August. We might actually have a war with Russia on our hands soon. That would be kind of cool. Let's end the turn. Leipzig has finished reconstruction. A new government wants to reduce naval spending in favor of social programs. Well, we have an unrest of level 2. Get the Naval League to protest. I mean, can't really do much. We're only an admiral and the politicians are in charge. Social reforms passed by a Reichstag. So we had 285,000. How bad is it? Oh, 30k! Oh, that's not awesome. Still, the good news is that Leipzig has been rebuilt. Where are you? Leipzig, yep, here. So this ship now has a fire control, improved director, 30 light AA guns, 6 14-inch guns, and capable of 28 knots. Really nice. So, with that said, you are class München. Do we have another one? Yes, we do. We have München of the class München. So I could rebuild you. But I actually think I'm gonna open the design for rebuild. And what did I actually did? Okay, so we upgraded the guns. We gave you the improved director, increased elevation director over here. We replaced the machinery to oil, which left us with weight remaining. Yeah, okay, we can't give you more tubes. But then we gave, what was it, 40? No. Yeah, 40. How the hell did we get 40? Open design for rebuild. No, 30. Okay, 30. And yeah, okay. So we're gonna do 20 and 5 or 6 heavy, or 5 or 6 medium. That could work. So increase the elevation, upgrade the guns, improve director, replace machinery, get you to 28 with oil. Director here, increase the elevation. Oh, okay, and we got 30. So if I put 10, well, I can put 10, so 6. So 24 and 6. Yeah, that would work. So 6 medium AA guns. Actually, could I go with 20 and 10? No, but we could go with 20 and 8. Or 22 and 8. That would actually fit perfectly. Yeah, so let's go this. Let's go with this route. Okay, so everything is done. So let's save and finish. All okay. Yes, rebuild dialogue, and we are going to rebuild the Dominican to the 1921 rebuild. So that actually hits us like a ton of bricks in the budget, but what can we do? It is what it is. So we're rebuilding Friedrich I and München. Costs are actually very excessive. But again, we're gonna finish a couple of things. Coastal fortifications in 4 turns, but I'm gonna build another one, so that's not gonna be something that we can be cheap about. And we're gonna finish 2 of these submarines. I'm actually gonna put 2. Yeah, so no savings in sight. November, nothing is happening really. Grand Admiral, some promotions, unexplained delays. Someone's gonna get fired. October. So because we're in such a deficit, there really isn't anything that we can discuss right now. Actually, when the aircraft gonna be in 3 months. Okay. So let's end the turn. Gunnery practices revealed that the 14-inch Q1 gun has dispersion problem. Not entirely sure what that means, but okay. Synthetic fire control computer is still coming. There are reports that USA scientists invented 40mm automatic cannon. Okay, we already get that one available, so that's fun. With the 2 submarines commissioned, I'm gonna commission 2 more. So U-222 and U-224. Oh, 222 and U-223. So medium range submarine U-222 and U-224. 223. Why am I saying 2024? I guess because it's the year. That might be it. Okay, what game? Really? All jokes aside, I need more money. So come on. Intelligence support from France. They have increased their naval budget. Okay, we have a destroyer finished their rebuilding. Fighter squadron on airbase Pillau has re-equipped. Tensions between Italy and Austria-Hungary decrease. And there are rumors that Japanese scientists have trouble mastering the principles of improved counterflooding. Okay, tensions lowered a bit, but we are pretty much where we were last year when it comes to the budget. That really isn't very impressive. Okay, some tensions increased. USA with Japan, Russia with Japan, and Austria-Hungary with a bunch of nations, including us, Russia and Italy. It's interesting. Not sure why they're pursuing that, but whatever. It's their fight. We finished construction of a 10-inch coastal battery in Germany. There's a new picture for this one. Nice. And improves heavy anti-air effectiveness. I don't think we actually have an anti-air geared sights. Do we have heavy anti-air available? New torpedo bomber prototypes. So let's look at them. So we currently have the Heinkel Het 125, and we were offered a number of alternatives. So all of them actually have a higher bomb yield, which is great. All of them are less tough. All of them have the same maneuverability, with the exception of you. You have a higher one. Your range is much higher, but you are much slower. That's the issue here. What if we went with you? The max speed is higher, cruise range is way better. Better bomb load. Okay, let's go with Bloms and Voss instead, because I mean the toughness is a little bit lower, but other than that it's superior, and the max speed and cruise speed is pretty impressive. So, new torpedo bomber prototypes. Shipyard experience with cost has shortened the construction of our destroyer. And because we have finished that, okay, I can actually put you guys to move balls as well. And we can start another coastal fortification in Germany. 10-inch guns. Okay, so now in location in Germany, we have a 4-inch, 2 4-inch guns, 3 6-inch guns, and 1 10-inch and 1 10-inch in construction. I'm thinking whether or not we're gonna retire the 4-inch guns, because I mean they cost us literally nothing, so I think we might keep them there, but still. Okay, and that's a year. So unfortunately, money-wise, we have ended where we were before, which is not really great. Huh, our fleet tonnage is now the biggest again. Interesting. Turns out Great Britain retired something. They're building warship. Can we see what they have? I have never not checked them in a while. Can we see? They're building a 32-ton 32,000 ton battleship. I have some of these dreadnoughts, 10-12 inch guns. 10-14 inch guns. Benbow. Some AA guns. Not bad, not bad. Unfortunately, our monthly balance and the cuts to Euro budget are making it pretty much impossible for us to expand on the refits and construction. I wanted to build some seaplane tenders, and I wanted to, start with the upgrades of the light cruisers. At least we're, refitting 2 ships now, and we are really doing good on the destroyers. Right now we have, 44 of them, and we're building 7 more. So we have United States have more. But considering the ones in production, we are projected to have the highest amount of destroyers in the world. So that is pretty good. But other than that, the Leipzig is just an extremely impressive ship at this point. It has less guns than the enemy battleships, but it has the same, speaking about Great Britain, it has the same belt. It has probably higher range. It has more anti-aircraft guns. So I would still bet on my battlecruisers against the enemy battleships, but yeah. If we would be designing a new battleship, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be... Yeah, okay, that's something like this. 33,700 tons. This is just insane. And it's... Jesus Christ, it's all frontal. 12-inch belt. Yeah, that's what we have right now. But speed 90 knots. That's a lumbering behemoth. Why the hell do you even have torpedoes on you? That makes no sense. But... Astonishing cross-deck fire. This is just crazy. And yeah, we don't have heavy... No, we do. HAA. Wait, so heavy anti-air... That's weird. So you have light, medium... So we probably might have like a dual purpose tertiary guns, maybe, eventually. Dual purpose. Yeah, okay, so gotcha. So the heavy anti-aircraft guns are the dual-purpose tertiary guns. So, okay, that's a good information for us. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We sort of did we moved in a circle, but we're making some progress with the destroyers and the refits. I'm happy with it. The tensions this high are also gonna stimulate our budget in the long term, and I think that we actually, with the investment into the base resources for the 8,000, so we are way ahead of Great Britain, probably way behind the United States, but the economy is is doing good, so let's hope that's gonna continue. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one with more Rule the Waves. Till then, you guys take care.